Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning to all of you. And then today we'll continue from the previous, from this topic also. Topic 1, definition of the quality. You will learn the key elements of the total quality, which consist of 12 elements. First, strategically based. Second, customer focus, and then followed by obsession with quality. Scientific approach, long-term commitment, teamwork, continual process improvement, education and training, freedom through control, unity of purpose, employee involvement and empowerment, and last one is peak performance. For the strategically based, the total quality organizations have a comprehensive strategic plan, and they aim to provide a sustainable competitive advantage. For example, for the strategic plan, the organization, especially for the public sector organization, they must have these following elements. For example, vision, mission, the broad objective and activities that must be completed to accomplish the broad of the objective. For example, I give UITM example. The vision of the UITM is to establish UITM as a globally renowned university of the science, technology, humanities, and in terms of the entrepreneurship. And then for the mission of the UITM is to lead the development of the agile professional Bumiputras through a state-of-the-art curricular and impactful. So in order to achieve this objective, UITM must able to provide a sustainable competitive advantage to the UITM in the marketplace, to be in par with other foreign and local universities. The competitive advantages of the total quality of the organization are get toward achieving the world-leading quality and improving on it continually and forever, inshallah. And then for the second element, which is on the customer focus, actually we have both internal and external customers. For the internal customers, it applies internally, which is consists of the quality of people, process, and environment associated with the product and services that has been delivered to the customer. And meanwhile, for the external customers, it defines the quality of the product or service delivered. And then for the third element, which is the obsession with the quality, in a total quality organization, internal and external customers define quality. With quality defined, the organization must then become obsessed with the meeting or exceed the definition. How we want to obsess with the quality? For example, I give you simple example which what happened in UITM now, which is we practice the ODL. How we want to introduce the ODL to the students. Since this is very new, it has been introduced to the student after pandemic COVID-19. So what are the role of the UITM to convey the information? So, for example, we must convey the information of the ODL online distance learning by communicating, recognizing, assessing, and we assess the readiness of the student to apply with the ODL learning by communicating to the students what is the level of their readiness, how about their internet coverage, is it okay, or ada slow connectivity, and so on and so forth lah. Okay, and then if the students, especially for the B40 student, they are not able to have a good internet service provider. So what are the solutions that has been done by the UiTM to solve this problem? For example, it is the role of the lecturer. For example, if this happened to them, the lecturer must do one-to-one engagement with that student by supplying the information through the channel, for example, WhatsApp channel or Telegram that require minimum using of the internet. And then we move to the fourth element, the scientific approach. The total quality detractors put off by such concepts as employee and empowerment sometimes view total quality as nothing more than another name for soft management or people management. Although it is true that people's skills, involvement, and empowerment are important in a total quality setting, they represent only a part of the equation. Another important part is the use of the scientific approach in structuring work and in making decisions and solving problems that relate to the work. This means that hard data are used in establishing benchmarks, monitoring performance, and making improvement lah. For example, we as a service provider, we must use the data to establish the benchmark, monitor the performance, and if there's some defect or we can see that there's maybe there's no improvement for the student, we can suggest any solution to increase the level of performance of the students. Okay, and then for the long-term commitment, organizations that implement management innovations after attending a short-term seminar often fail in their initial attempt to adopt the total quality approach. As I mentioned before this, when use D or DL, sometimes we have difficulty in terms of the service provider. For example, for the lecturer especially the Y generation or X generation, they have difficulties in using the technology. So one of the way to introduce the ODL training by conducting a short-term webinar to them, how to use the Google Meet or how to use the Zoom and the other online platform teaching and learning. But somehow maybe they still have difficulties. So how we want to handle this situation? We must have engagement with the staff and also engagement with the student who face difficulty to adopt with the online or the online distance learning. For example, for the students who are from the B40 families, maybe their parents they have difficulties in buying or supplying laptop to their kids. So one of the solution is the universities, they must provide one of financial assistance for this student by giving zakat or by giving them a free laptop. Okay. And then for the teamwork, in traditionally managed organizations, the best competitive efforts are often among departments within the organization. For example, in UiTM also, our mission is we want to produce Bumi Putra students who are marketable. So bila dia student dia dah grad, so kita nak within one month tu dia orang dah dapat kerja lah, insyaAllah. So this must be done by teamwork lah. For example, it's not for the academician only, but it is the others department also. For example, in terms of the ICT, they kena provide good facilities to the students in hostel, in bangunan pentadbiran, bangunan akademik and so on. And then by providing good facilities to the student, for example, ada aircon environment in class, ada macam sekarang kita pakai TV, not using LCD, the projector, and then also di ada department macam library also ada role yang besar juga pada students, because they kena convince students supaya sentiasa pergi library. And then kalau untuk during pandemic nowadays ni, selain kita mengajak student pergi library, tapi sekarang ni tak boleh dah. Library pula kena promote lah student supaya baca buku online, do the online searching, ataupun galakkan student baca e-book. Lepas tu ajar macam mana student nak gunakan panduan dalam searching e-resources in UiTM. Besides e-book, we also have another resources, for example, e-journal, e-newspaper, and also the international and local resources also available lah in UiTM. Kita membelanjakan million ringgit untuk membeli ke semua keperluan untuk student lah, especially when we want to subscribe from the international publisher. Okay, and then for the continual process improvement, the products are developed and services delivered by people using process within the environment, which is by using a sophisticated system to continually improve the quality of product or services, which is a fundamental goal in a total quality setting. It is necessary to continually improve the system lah. For example, before this, untuk learning, engagement with the student, we use e-learning. And then selepas beberapa tahun, kita upgrade sistem, kita memperkenalkan U-Future pada student lah. Okay, and then for the education and training are fundamental to total quality, because they represent the best way to improve people on a continual basis lah. It is through the education and training that people who know how to work hard learn how to also work smart lah. For example, macam tadi I bagi tahu, bila kita dah berubah 100% berubah from face-to-face learning to the ODL learning, we must provide conducive ODL learning to the student and to the staff also, by conducting a webinar on how to use the internet platform and so on. And then for the freedom through control, we highlight the two elements, which are empowering employee, and then the other one is involvement of the employee lah. For the involving employee, we encourage the employee to be with the employers. Macam kita bersama-sama membuat sesuatu perkara, because we want to achieve the target of the organisation. And then for the empowering employee, empower ni, it means you give more responsibility to the employee lah. Macam for example lah, macam kami as a lecturer, kita macam mana universiti bagi empowerment, dia bagi kelebihan ataupun bagi empowering pada kita bila when we face some difficulty, bila student ni ada masalah internet. So kita boleh buat direct keputusan. Kalau student ada masalah internet, kita bagi lenient lah, tak perlulah you nak masuk online learning. Kita boleh guna the other method, for example mengajar through WhatsApp, ataupun kita share knowledge through Telegram, ataupun bagi link YouTube lah. Sebab itulah kita guna pelbagai kaedah dan cara, and then kita provide more solution. selain daripada kita mengajar live online, kita juga buat recording lah, sebab takut ada sebarang masalah lah, tiba-tiba blackout ke, student ada kehabisan bateri ke dan sebagainya lah. Okay. And then we move to the next element, which is the unity of the purpose. Historically, management and labor have an adversarial relationship lah. Yang ni kita ambil contoh in US industry. One could debate the reason behind management labor discord and infinitum without achieving consensus. From the perspective of total quality, who or what is to blame for the adversarial management labor relation is irrelevant. What is important in this? To apply the total quality approach, organizations must have unity of the purpose. This means that internal politics have no place in a total quality organization. Rather, the collaboration should be the norm. Kita kena bersama-sama because we want to achieve the target lah. For example, in Japan, where companies are known for achieving unity of purpose, unions are still much in evidence. Unity of purpose does not necessarily mean that labor and management will always agree on wages, benefits, and working conditions, but it does mean that all employees work toward the common goal lah. Okay, for example, bila kita nak mencapai satu perkara tu, kita akan sentiasa berbincang in union. Macam kita, kalau UiTM, kita ada kesatuan kita sendiri, iaitu Mitasa. We will work together in discussing how to have a better environment for the staff and for the students. And then kita juga nak provide ataupun kita nak menerima conducive working condition lah. Sebab apa? Bila pekerja happy, majikan pun akan happy. Dan bila staff happy, student pun akan happy. Sebab kita akan bagi full of commitment and full of effort to give ataupun to provide a better education to the students. And then for the peak performance, when effectively practiced, total quality allows every aspect of an organization to operate at peak levels. This means that all personnel and processes are operating at their best. Peak performance is essential to organizations that operate in a global environment where competition is intense, constant, and unforgiving lah. Okay, for example, macam kita bila kita dah start buat ODL learning since April last year, dan insyaAllah akan continuously practice sampai at the end of this semester. Kita terus bertukar, 100% bertukar. So, bila kita nak adapt with the peak performance ni, dia mengambil masa sikit lah. Macam awal-awal, mula-mula cara penggunaan komputer untuk pembelajaran online, nak guna ODL macam mana. Kalau dulu, kalau masa mula-mula praktis ODL ni, you perlu tengok macam-macam jenis fashion lah pencarahan ni. Ada yang guna Google Meet, ada yang guna Zoom, tapi tak guna slide pula, bercakap seorang, dan student pun blur. Tapi kita akan improvise lah dari masa ke semasa lah. Okay. Okay, and then after this, we will continue with the other subtopic, the total quality views and the total quality views and traditional views of the total quality. Thank you.